So the first category we're going to talk about is control. Now, business gives you you have high control. You have so much control when it comes to business because you're the one who's running it. It's your idea. You're the one who's running it. You are the CEO. You are the boss. You are the creator. You are the owner. You have so much control because you have to build out everything. You have to put everything into place. You have to understand the business at the back of your hand. So you're going to have control of what goes where, who you fired, all that stuff like that, who you hire. You have control of all that. Stock market, not so much. See, stock market is kind of just run based on the New York Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones. So you have no control of that. It's not tangible. You can't touch it. So you have literally no control over what the stock market does. Stock market goes up, of course you win. Stock market goes down, that's out of your control. There's nothing you can do about it. That's just what it is. That's just part of the game. Now, real estate, I would think that this is more so on like the medium to high side, just because one, it is a kind of a tangible thing, kind of just like how a business is. It can be tangible. I mean, you can get to obviously you have so much more control of real estate because it's physical properties. So getting to your properties and stuff like that, that's very much, you have all the control when it comes to that. You control how much people pay in rent and stuff like that. You have so much control. So you would say that the business and probably real estate probably win in this category. Now, startup capital. Now, it's for a business, because I've had a couple businesses and a couple things that I've tried. So low to medium startup capital. Now, when I was in e-commerce, like definitely, I didn't need a whole lot of money. I definitely could have done better about like how I went about spending my money as far as inventory, but I definitely didn't need a whole lot. And you definitely don't need, a ton of money to get started in like a business, depending on maybe what the business is. Most of the time it's just, you just have a lower barrier to entry. Just again, it just kind of depends on the business. But in the stock market, you definitely don't need a whole lot of money. That's a whole myth. You don't need a lot of money to get started in the stock market. You can start with as low as $50, $100, anything like that. How much will it get you? Just depends on the type of stock that you're getting in the company, but you can start as low as that. The barrier to entry is low there. Now, when it comes to real estate, I've always felt like this is definitely on the medium to higher end because I think you definitely need a whole lot of money to purchase a property. I don't believe in you can purchase property for zero money down. Like I don't. Again, I could be wrong, but I just don't believe that. Point me to somebody who can tell me otherwise. But yeah, I just think that the startup capital required for real estate is definitely on the higher side. So I think business and stock market definitely wins on this one. Now, as far as time required, the business you need to put so much time into starting a business. You got to put everything into place. Everything has got to fall into place. Yeah, you just have to be a laser focus when it comes to business. When it comes to the stock market, you don't really need to be super lasered in. It's definitely good to spend, at least 2 to 4 hours a day, understanding, companies, evaluating companies. If you're trading, understanding charts and stuff like that, technical analysis. But you don't need that much time required. Now, as far as real estate, again, I can only speak for so much on real estate, so I don't know how much actual time might be required. I'm sure you got to definitely spend time trying to find properties, finding the right neighborhoods, and having discussions with people. So, yeah, I'm sure it's definitely kind of on the medium side. So, I say, as far as like time required, obviously the stock market kind of wins in this category here.